boys and girls, Mrs. Numata here. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite stories. I used to read it all the time. Every grade I taught, I read it. I read it to my second graders, third, fourth, fifth, all of them. And you know what? They all loved it. So I hope you'll like it too. You've probably heard it before because I think it's a favorite amongst teachers too. But the title of my story is The True Story of the Three Little Pigs by A. Wolf. Everybody knows the story of the Three Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story because nobody's ever heard my side of the story. There's only no pictures on that page. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. That's just what we are. If cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. He has a point. But like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing, it's all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back and once upon a time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. So, I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw? So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into someone else's house, so I called. Little pig, are you in? No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed. And I sneezed a great sneeze. Uh-oh. And you know what? That whole darn straw house fell down. And right there in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He had to be home the whole time. It seemed like a shame to leave him a perfectly good ham dinner just lying there in the straw. So I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. See him right there? There's the pig. See him in the straw? You believe him? Do you believe he was just lying there? I don't know. That's the side of the story, huh? I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house of sticks. I rang the doorbell. Ding dong. Nobody answered. So I called. Mr. Pig, are you in? He yelled back. Go away, wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin. Well, that doesn't seem very nice. There's his house made of sticks. Okay, and there's the pig shaving his hairs on his chinny chin chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming on. I huffed and I snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When all the dust cleared, there was that second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. There he is, sneezing, huffing and puffing and sneezing, a great sneeze, and then, oh, the whole house goes in, and there's the piggy in the middle of the room with all the sticks, dead as a doornail. Do you believe him? That's what he says happened. That's his side of the story, huh? Now, you know that food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing there was to do. I had dinner again. I was getting awfully full. But my cold was feeling a little better. And I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have had the brains of the family. He built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered? Get out of here, wolf. Don't bother me again. There he is. Look at how big his belly is. He's so full. Look at, here's the next house. Oh, that one looks stronger. Okay, let's see what happens. Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me one little cup for my dear, sweet old granny's birthday cake. What a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on again. I huffed, and I puffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed once again. Then that third little pig yelled at me. He said, and your old granny can sit on a pin. Well, look at him. And there's the wolf with the Kleenex because he has such bad sneezing. That piggy does not look happy. Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as I say, is history. The news reporters found out about the two pigs I had for dinner. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting, so they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff and blow your house down, and they made me out to be the big bad wolf. That's it. The real story. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar? Where is he at? Do you see him? He's in a jail costume or a jail outfit, isn't he? And he's in jail. He got arrested for killing those piggies. But he says he was framed. He says he didn't do it. I don't know. That's his story, right? There's multiple perspectives, different sides to everything, isn't there? So this is one version of Three Little Pigs, and you've heard other versions. So what do you think? Are you on the side of the wolf? You think the wolf is innocent? Or do you believe the pig's version of it? To think about it, huh? All right, you guys. Hope you enjoyed my story. I will see you again really soon. Bye.